Hello future tech leaders, I'm Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Our next thing is to create the content, but that's something that we will take a look at it in the content builder. Let's talk about the different in the next generation for a while. When should we use list and when should we use jet extension? Because these are the two different data structures that we can use to store the subscriber information and we can use them to send the email. List is generally used for very simple use cases, right? We can find that if you don't want any complex structure. Let's say we have only 10 or 15, profile attributes and we have already created them once. And now, whenever we have a new requirement, we just want to create a list and then the customer has got in the first and last email address. That's it. And we want to send them the email. We don't have very complex structure. In that case, we can use the list. And if we have little less subscribers, then we can use if you want simplicity because we just have to provide a name of the list and then it will be created, right? And all the list will have same set of attributes. We have more simplicity as compared to data extensions. In data extensions, we can have different set of attributes. We can have, we have to create all the fields from the scratch, and we can have data retention policy. We can have the relationship between two data extensions that we will talk about. There could be many things. If we have a simple use case, where we just need to send them the email and we have even less attributes, then we can use the list. Data extension is used. If we have a large data set or if we have multiple subscriber attributes, if you want more flexible subscription model or if you want faster info speech, then we can use the data extension. As we move ahead, we will understand more difference between the list and data extension. But for now, these are the very basic differences between them. And when we will talk about the automation and journey builder, you will understand more differences. Why should we use a list and why should we use data extension? But you will find that in most of the cases, you will be using data extension only. List is not generally used because the companies which are using Marketing Cloud, are generally having a more complex structure. And we have to use data extension. There are multiple ways to send the email from Marketing Cloud. One that we saw was the guided send, that in which the wizard will open up and then we have to just follow the steps like choosing a subscriber, choosing the email message and the send classification on these things like that was one of the ways that we can use to send the library. Similarly, we have multiple ways how we can send the email. Guided send is generally used for the like. It is using a single send that every time we need to send the communication, what we need to do, we need to, click on the send button and then follow these steps again and again. Let's say tomorrow, I want to send the email again. Again, I'll have to click on the send button, follow all the steps, and then send the email. And it is generally used for the like if they are sending a promotional email or like one time send to all the customers. In that case, I can use if I want to inform about something to the customers, and I can use the guided send. What happens is, I think now this tool is updated. That is why we are not able to see the guided send. In the earlier version, the guided send was there, and this has been replaced by the send flow. I think this is updated recently. But in all the latest version, you will find this send flow only. Earlier we used to have this guided send where we used to get this result. Now this is called the send flow. It has, they have just changed the UI, but the concept is same, right? It is also guiding us in a flow, right? That is why we call it a send flow. That was a guided send, but that is now not available. That was only available in the earlier versions. Now this has been replaced with the send flow in the latest versions. In the send flow, we need to select the subject line, select the send classification. We will talk about the send classification in detail in a while. Here we have to choose the audience, the data extension that we need to choose. Let's see. And then here we have to choose the publication list. Either it could be all subscribers or either it could be any of the list that we have over here. We will keep it all subscribers from now. And we will click on the configure delivery. We want to send it immediately or schedule it. Next we have the send thought link, which says that from which time to which time you want send this, like one of the delivery window. And if you have, let's say bulk send where we have, let's say 1 lakh customers. And we don't want to trigger 1 lakh customers in one go because it might impact our IP reputation. Because what happens that when we send the email, and if the recipient email server, let's say if it is a Gmail or if it is a Google server, right? If you are sending 1 lakh email from one particular server, like from one particular device, then what might happen? That the Google might think that these are the spam emails, or maybe somebody is spamming us. What can we do? That we can select the hourly threshold that in 1 hour it only should send, let's say 10,000 emails. Every hour it will create, let's say 10 batches for 10 salons, and then in 10 hours it will complete all the 1 lakh emails. Next we can have the review and send. Once we have configured everything, we can review and everything looks good. We can click on this button and then we can click on send button. This is just like the guidance said. It is just that the UI has saved. Otherwise it is just the same. Next we have the test set. Test set is used for our internal purposes, right? As the name said, it means we are sending this email for the testing purpose. Now what we are testing? We are testing this email looks good in my marketing cloud tool. or in the preview. But I want to check that what it looks like on my email client or what it looks like on my different browsers and devices. Sometimes let's say we have designed this email messages. We have designed this email message with all the images, content blocks, text and everything. Now it might happen the alignment is not proper on my Gmail or Outlook. Or maybe the button color is not coming as expected. Or maybe there are some rendering issues or something like that. Generally, it happens and we need to fix it. If you want to test it, how we can do that? That is called a test set. We will click on the preview and test over here. And now, when we come to this preview and test, we have got all these three different options. The first tab is called Subscriber Preview and Attribute. In order to see the preview, that for a particular subscriber, what the email looks like. What we need to do, we need to click on this folder icon and choose a subscriber. Let me add some personalization that you can see more things over here. We will talk about the personalization in the next session. But for now, let me just add it. Let me add it. It is showing the email address right. Let me change it to the. Let's keep it email address only for now. We have to click on this folder icon and then we have to choose a subscriber from the date extension or the list. That we can see that what this email looks like for this particular subscriber. When we click on the next click or this arrow icon, then it will show me the preview for this particular subscriber. You must have seen that whenever we, develop an email, let's say to target the different subscriber sites and we want to personalize the email with the first name and last name. Or maybe if you are sending this to our Amazon customers containing their, let's say, order delivery right. That order confirmation that your order has been confirmed and this is the order number. What will happen? Let's say we have a store, the order number over here, and it will show that your order number is this. Now for each and every subscriber, the preview will change right. We want to see that if it is for different subscriber, if the content looks good or not. Here we can see the preview, but I don't know that if the same will appear in my mobile device in the browser or not. This is looking good in my preview only. If I want to test it out, how I can do that? We can send it using a normal send, next send flow, the guidance send also. But that is, a bit a lengthy process that we have to choose audience, this and that and everything. Test send is a bit faster way to send the emails. Let's see how we can do it, basically to select the preview. And then here we have to type in the email address. Let me take this email address. Now what will happen? That the email will be sent to this particular email address. And then we have to select the classification right. And click on send button. What will happen? The email will be sent to this particular email address. But here the problem is that we can only type up to 5 email addresses. But let's say if we have more than 5 email addresses, then what we can do? we can use the test date extension. Now, I'll have to click on the select button to choose the test date extension. It will give me the list of recipients to whom I want to target. Now, if I'll explain this folder, and I'll click on the 0 for you. But as you can see, I am not able to see any data extension to select, because I have not made a data extension as a testable data extension. Let me go to here. When we were creating a data extension, we talked about two check boxes. One is that is sendable and another one was is testable. It will make it sendable, then it will be available for the sending, and if you will make it testable, then it will be used for the testing purpose. No use for testing is false or no? We'll have to check this set box. Click on Save button. I'll come back over here again and click this. Now this data extension is visible for the selection, because now we have made this as a testable. If you have, let's say, 50 subscribers, 15, we have, let's say, a team of 10 developers and we want to test it out. What we can do? We can choose this data extension and that it will be sent to all 10 or different subscribers. Now, if you will click on, we can also remove this, because we have already chosen the data extension over here. Now it says that total how many recipients. We have 3 recipients and to each recipient 1 email will go total 3 cents. If you have more than 5 recipients, we can go ahead with the test extension. Or if you want to manually type, we can manually type over here as well. A test sense helps us to test the content in the email message, that how it looks like, what it looks like on the different email things. Whenever we send the email using the test send, this is the email address to which the email is sent. Right? This is the final destination. But from a marketing cloud perspective or from marketing cloud point of view, we are sending this email the subscriber that we have selected over here. When we go to the tracking tab over here, we will see that the email has been sent to this particular. We'll talk about the tracking in detail in a while, but for now we'll have to go to test sending mails. Both the email addresses are same for now, but in case, let's say, we have a different email address over here, but it will generate the tracking report for this particular thing only. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.